Hello, welcome back again to our online class, and now we'll be talking. We're still with Unit 2, and this time we're on Lesson 4. Okay, so we're in Lesson 4. Um, we'll be talking about HCF and LCM. Okay, maybe LCM, I'll put that into Lesson 5 better. So we're with Lesson 4, and that is HCF. Okay, so what is HCF? HCF represents highest common factor. That is right. It's H there. H C common factor. Okay, so what is HCF, or highest common factor? First thing we have to think of, what is a common factor then? So the definition of common factor is a number that is a factor of 2 or more in a whole number. Okay? Okay, never mind with that. I will show you how, I think with the concrete examples of numbers, then you will be able to understand better. Okay? So again, this one we are learning again HCF, or highest common factor. First thing, what do you understand about common? Common meaning you can see in the same thing you can see in another thing. That's a common. And now since we are talking about factor, this is the lesson we're learning in Unit 2. So we're talking about a number that is common from a certain number. So here's a very concrete example for that. Okay? Now, sorry for this. So common factor. So you must remember what is common, meaning the same. The same. You can see it's like if you're wearing a uniform, you can see one student is wearing the same uniform. Okay, anyway, let's go back to our numbers here. Maybe with a number you can understand better. Okay, this is it. Now, let's say, for example, before that, there are three, actually, before we move on to the real example there, I would just like to tell you, in finding a highest common factor, there are three methods. Okay, what are these three methods? Okay, the three methods of finding HCF, or highest common factor. Okay, there are three methods here. The three methods are: one, hold on, let's go here, it's much better. Okay, one, we have by listing. Okay, the other one is by prime factorization using multiplication, and by division or division algorithm. Okay, just that should be fine. So there are three types. Okay, methods of finding prime factorization. Okay, let me put it bigger so that it's much and then I go to the way I wanted it to be. Okay, so these are the three methods. Again, by listing, by prime factorization using multiplication, and by division. So these are the three types. Okay, so let's start with method number one. So method number one is this one. Okay, method number one. Remember, common factor. Finding common highest. Okay, sorry. Find the highest. Highest common factor. So of these two numbers, remember there will be two numbers, of course, 18 and 24. Okay, so what shall you do? So you start by factoring them like the normal way of factoring. You don't think of prime numbers here. Remember the first time we learned about factors? Here we call this as an arc. Okay, if you want me to explain how did all this came out, it's just basically you think of the number 1 multiplied by itself. So 1 times 18. Actually, this is called by arc, but I cannot draw the arc there. Okay, 1 by 18. So 1 times 18, this one, okay, is 18. 2 times 9 is 18. Okay, this 2. 2 times 9 is 18. And 3 times 6 is 18. Can I use 4? No, because 4 is not you cannot end up with 18. 5 also no. So the next number is 6. But since 6 is already here, so that's it. These are the only factors you have. Okay? These are the only factors you have for 18. Okay. Now, let's factor 24. The same thing. All you have to do is to do the arc way of this is called arc. So you do like this. 1 times 24 is 24. 2 times 12 is 24. 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 6 is 24. 5, can I use 5? No. Because 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 6 is already 30. So, the next number is 6. But then again, it's already here. So, that's it. We stop here. So, these are the factors of 18 and 24. So, then the next step you're going to do is to find the common number or the common factor. So, what are the common factors here? Okay, common factors I'll write like this, okay? C, F. Hold on. CF. So CF stands for common factor. So what are the common factor you can find? Okay, let's go with what number you can find in the other numbers. So for 18, you have 1. Okay, there's 1. If you want to write 1, okay, let's write 1. But you don't want to write 1, is also okay. So what's the other factor you can find in 18 and 24 that are common or the same? So we have 2. See, 2 is here, 2 is also here. So you write 2. So these are the things you're going to do. What's the next one? 3 also is here. See, look at that. 3, 3. So you write down 3. This, you have to write it step by step so that you won't lose your way. So here we don't have 4, but we have 4. Are they common? No, because there's no 4 on 18. So you don't write anything. How about 5? There's no 5 for both numbers. And then the next number here is 6. Is there 6 in 24? Yes, so we write 6. That's common. Meaning you can find 6 in 18. You can also find 6 in 24. Now, so what's the next number? How about 8? There's no 8 there. How about 9? There's no 9 there. How about 12? There's no 12 there. How about 18? There's no 18 as well here. And there's no 24. So that's it. So now, the common factors for both for numbers 18 and 24, we only have 1, 2, 3, and 6. Okay, let's take out a comma. So these are the only common factors, right? Okay, yes, that's the only common factor we can find in 18 and 24. So what's the next step? The next step is find the highest, because the question is find the highest common factor. So this is now where to identify. This is called listing. You list down everything, right? So what's the highest number there? Okay, let me move this. What's the highest number here? 1, 2, 3, 6. Of course, it's very obvious. The highest number there is 6. So your answer is 6. This is your answer. Okay? The highest common factor here is 6. Okay? Hold on. Okay? Do you understand that? So, again, when you do mathematics, you have to do it step by step so that you won't make mistake. So again, this method is called by listing. Okay? Okay, then look at this. How about this example? The same thing. The same thing. Okay? Again, this is by method by listing, finding the highest common factor of 40 and 48. Okay, so how did we do this? Again, it's 1 times 40, okay, 2 times 20, 3, can we use 3 for 40? No, you can't. So the next number is 4. So 4 times 10. And after that we have 5 times 8. Okay, you can try other numbers here, but so far this is the only factors for 40. Okay, after that, then you go again to the next number. The next number is 48. So again, use the arc. 1 times 48. 1 times 48, this one. 1 times 48. 2 times 24. 3 times 16. Yeah, 3 times 16 is 48. Okay, and then we have 4 times 12 is also 48. Again, 5 you cannot use for 48, so we get 6. 6 times 8 is 48. Can we use 7? No, because 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 6 is 42. No, you cannot use. Then 7 times 8, that's already different now, it's 56. Okay, so these are the only factors of 48. Then again, what you're gonna do, find the common factor first. Okay, find the common factor first. Okay, find the common factor. So okay, let me write it down. Find the common factor of the two numbers of 40 and 48. Okay, so again we have 1, then we have 2 there, 2, 3, there's no 3 there, then we have 4, right? See, 4, 4, 5, nothing, 6, nothing from both sides, 7, we don't have that. Then the next number we have is 8. See, 8 and 8. So you write it down. So again, don't forget to write down 1, 2, 4, 8. How about 10? There's no 10 here. There's 10 in 40, but no 10. 11, 12. There's no 12 there. Then we have 16. There's no 16. 24. There's no 24. 40. Okay, so far, these are the only factors, the common factors of 40 and 48 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. So again, this time you have to see which one is the highest in number. So the highest here is 8. Of course, it's not 1. So 8. So your answer, since we're talking about highest common factor, your answer is 8. Okay? So I hope you understand this. Okay, let me separate that. Okay. So that is your answer. So I hope you understand. If you have any questions, you can ask me during our live online class. Okay? So let's move on. What's the next method? The next method is by prime factorization. Prime factorization using multiplication. Okay, let me change this. Using multiplication. Okay, so again, we use the same number, 40 and 48. So how are we gonna do this? Again, you have to think of prime numbers this time. Why? Because you see, prime factorization. So we think of prime numbers. So again, you have to try to recall your multiplication skills. Okay. So again, we have to make this number using multiplication with prime numbers. So here for 40, we have 2 times 2 is how much? 4 times 2 is 8 times 5 is 40, right? If you don't believe me, you go and see your notebook, the multiplication table. So you might say, teacher, why we don't use 8? No, because 8 is not a prime number. Again, here we must think of prime numbers. Okay, so let's move on. How about this? 48. So this is the only prime number there. We stop there. So prime numbers, prime factors of 48. So we have 2 times 2 is how much? 4 times 2 is how much? 8 times 2 is 16. Of course, if you multiply it by 2, 16 times 2, that's only how much? 32, so it's wrong. So the next prime number you have is 3. So 16 times 3 is 48. If you want to try it, okay, 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 2 is 16. You multiply by 2, that's 32. If you multiply by 2 again, that's 64. So again, your next prime number is 3. Now, the next step, look at this. Don't blink your eyes. Don't blink your eyes. The next step is to list down all the common factors in these two numbers. So we have 2 is here, 2 is here. You write down, okay? Is there a common number there? Nothing, so you don't write anything. 3 also got no pair. So the only common factors, prime factors here are 2. And what are you gonna do next? The next step you're gonna do is to find the product of your common prime factors. Okay, so meaning you multiply this. So that's what's happening here. Okay, let me separate that. Okay, so what's happening here is you multiply this. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So it's the same here. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So your answer is 8. That is your HCF. Okay, this is your answer. Do you understand? I hope you does. Okay? Try to look at it. Okay. Let me try to find other numbers here. Let me see whether I have some examples. Okay, so let's move on first. So that's method number 2. Method 2. The method 3 is by division. Okay, it's by division. Okay, so that's method 3. Again, here, think of prime numbers. Okay, again, I'm using the same number. This is 40 and 48. So, the thing is, okay, let me erase all this so that you'll understand. Oh, okay, let me rewrite them. Okay, just use another box. Okay, so this is what's happening here. Hold on. Oops. Let's move this. Okay, so what happened here? Find the HCF. Okay. Using division, okay? Okay, because I don't want to waste that. Write things there. Okay, this is how it is. First thing. So, this time we are using division. Again, division. So, the first thing you gotta do, okay, so that's the original form of it. So, what are you gonna do now? So, the first thing is you write 40 and 48 horizontally in the same line, okay? And then you put the reverse division sign. Okay? Look at that. 40, 48 horizontally, division sign. So what are you gonna do? You must find a number, a common number that you can divide in these two numbers that we are looking for. So 40 and 48. So again, always start with 2. Okay? Always start with 2. It's your prime number. So 40 divided by 2 is how much? 20, right? So that's okay, I don't want you to be confused. I'll do it manually. Okay. We start here. 40, okay, 40 divided by 2 is 20, right? Okay. Again, you have to think of a number that you can divide both numbers, okay? If you cannot divide it, that means you don't do anything. Okay, so how about 48? 48 divided by 2 is 20. How much? 24, right? Okay, so again, 40 divided by 2 is 20. This one. 48 divided by 2 is 24. So again, write the reverse division. Okay. You have to write the reverse division sign. Okay. Okay. Sorry for that. So this it's a bit difficult to do this without okay. So then after that You think again of another number you can divide for both numbers. Prime numbers. Yes. So again, I would like to use 2. 2 is very convenient to use. That's what I always do because I don't want to waste my time making mistakes. So again, 20 divided by 2 is how much? 10. Right? And about 24 divided by 2 is 12. Okay. So then write down your reverse division sign. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so then you have that. No, it's the same. Okay. So it looks nicer. Okay, so what's the next number again? Can I use 2 here? Yes, I want to use 2 again. So look at that. 2. Why? Because I can divide this by 2. 10 divided by 2 is what? 5. Oops, sorry. What happened? Okay. 10 divided by 2 is, hold on, 5. And then 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now see, look at this. What happens here? Can I continue again dividing these two numbers, 5 and 6? No. Why? There's no common number here. What common factor that I can divide by 5 and 6? Nothing. Right? We're only talking about common. So we stop. After you stop there, okay? All you have to do is to again use the common factors, which are 2, 2, 2. Okay? So that is what's happening here. So you stop here dividing 5 and 6 because there's no common factor that you can divide both numbers. Okay? So your answer is simply as, therefore, the highest common factor of 40 and 48 is 2, this one, times 2, this one, times 2 is equals to 8. So that is your answer. Your answer is, for HCF, is 8. Your answer is 8. Okay? So I hope you understand this lesson today. So that's it. Okay? Okay, let me put some underline there so that it'll be more emphasized. Okay, there you go. So this method again is called by division. So I hope you understand this. And again, if you have 3 numbers, just put the 3 numbers there. Okay? Put the other number, put the other number, put the other number. And you will just think of a number that you can divide. Okay? For all the numbers that you place there. Let me see whether I have other examples here. Okay, this is by listing. Okay, so now for by listing, if there are 3 numbers like this example, look at this. Find. Okay, don't think of that. That's very easy. Don't think of that. Let's try this one. Find the HCF of 8, 24, and 36 using prime factorization by multiplication. By multiplication. Multiplication. Okay? So Simply again write 8, 24, and 36. Then you do the method. See, look at this. 8 is 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, right? Then the prime factorization of 24. Again, here we think of prime numbers. Okay? So 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8 times 3 is 24. For 36, we have 2 times 2 is 4. Okay? Times 3 is 12. Times 3 is 36. So, therefore, what are the common factors here? Okay, list down the common factor first. Okay, this one you go with shortcut. Okay, what are the common factor first? CF, CF, CF. Common factors. We have 1, 2, 3. We got 2. Can I find 2 here? Yes, we have another 2 times 2. Okay, 8 got 2 here. Okay, we don't have any more. See, 2 times 2, then here is 3. How about here? 3, 3, but I got no 3 here. So, these are the only common factors. 2 times 2. These are the only common factors here. Therefore, HCF, you just multiply this. Okay? You just multiply. Okay? You just multiply. 2 times 2 is equals 4. So that is your answer. Okay? 4 is your answer. Okay, let me make it look good. Okay, and this is smaller. Okay, so that's your answer. So that is if you have 3 numbers to find its common factor. Okay, so I hope you understand this lesson. Again, here, okay, this one is not listing. This is prime factorization. Sorry, not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Using prime factorization. Okay, so here, I hope you understand. Okay, here's another example. We have 14. You can see we got 3 numbers: 14, 42, and 56. So you write down these 3 numbers horizontally in line, and of course with the correct spacing so that you won't be confused. So always again start with 2. Look at this. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 42 divided by 2 is 21. 56 divided by 2 is 28. Then after that, yeah, I think 3, you cannot use 3 because we got 7 here. So we try 7. How about that? 7 divided by 7, 1. 21 divided by 7, 3. Okay, it's almost there. How about 28? Yes, 28 divided by 7 is 4. So, therefore, the common factors here is 2 and 7. Okay? CF. CF is 2 times 7. So therefore, the HCF, again, our highest common factor is 14. Okay, so that is your answer. This is your answer. Okay, let me underline this. And there you are, and make it a bit bigger so that it's more emphasized. There you goes. That's your answer. Okay, so that's all for today. So I hope you guys understand what we're learning today. And if you have any questions, again, ask the questions when we have our online class. And please, so that you won't forget, you can write this in your notebooks, or you can go back and watch this as often as you can. Again, just go to my YouTube channel. Okay? Thank you, everyone. That's it for today. Hope to see you in the next class.